Hey everybody, good afternoon if you're joining me here live, or good day, whatever time of the day it is you might be watching the recording after this broadcast. Today I wanted to talk to you about habit stacking. If you're trying to get more things done in your life, then the best way to do it is to use your existing habits to help develop new positive habits. So let's talk a little bit about that today and help you to supercharge your success. So, what I learned this from James Clear in his recent book called Atomic Habits, and didn't realize that I'd actually been doing it for a while. I just didn't have a name for it, but he calls it habit stacking. And what essentially we're doing is we're tying something that we're already doing, a habit we already have, into a new activity that we want to take. And you do this by setting new rules in how you go through your day. So, for instance, if you want to stack a new habit on top of an existing habit you already have, then you just say after or before whatever the current habit is, I will, and then the new habit. So that's kind of the format. After or before your current habit that you're already doing, you will do the new habit. So, for example, after I wake up, I will make my bed. So, if you want to make sure you make your bed first thing, set a new rule so that after you wake up, you immediately make your bed. So you take the existing thing that you're already doing or habit you already have of waking up and getting out of bed, and you tie the new habit to say you will immediately make your bed. Or, for example, before I go to bed, I'm going to write down my 3 wins for the current day, and I'm going to write my 3 tasks for tomorrow before I go to bed. So if you assign that and you go to bed and you haven't done it, then you've broken the rule. And I know if you're like me, got to get back up. I can't go to bed. I haven't done my task yet. So you assign these new rules. Now you don't want to assign a whole bunch at once. You want to work on one task, do it consistently until it just becomes automatic. For example, I have a rule that I set a couple of years ago to try to improve my health and my eating, where I said that after I woke up, I would immediately eat or drink at least 30 grams of protein. So I currently do that with the protein shake. So when I wake up, the first thing I want to do every day to start my day right is go and get my protein shake, because I've ingrained it into my body as a habit. But it was not something that came naturally. It's something I actually manufactured. So that's another example of how you can stack your new habit on top of the old habit. Because remember, your goals in life are achieved when you're consistently taking small actions. Those small actions that you take, many, many times during the run of the day are ultimately the culmination of what you're getting done in a given day. And we all have the same 24 hours to do it. It's how we spend the time. So if we can stack our habits on top of each other, and we can use that in order to add new habits in that will help to make us more efficient, effective, better human beings, then that's a trick you want to use. That's why, if you watch my video from a few days ago where I talked about morning routines, that's what a morning routine is. It's a stack of habits on top of each other that you always do first thing when you get up, that are all triggered one to the next, to the next, to the next. As soon as you wake up, you immediately get out of bed. As soon as you get out of bed, you make the bed. As soon as you make the bed, you go and you have the protein shake. After you have the protein shake, you have a cup of coffee. After you have the cup of coffee, you spend 15 minutes reading. This can be a whole stack of things that you go through that give you this structure to make sure that you're getting those key things done every day. It just greases the wheels to success in whatever it is you're trying to do. So what you want to do is you want to think about what new activity do you want to regularly practice, and then what existing activity can you tie it into. So I'm going to give you a few more examples so we can just be clear and kind of do a little brainstorming together. So let's say your goal is you want to exercise more regularly. Well, you could set some habit stacks like these. So let's say you normally exercise first thing in the morning when you get up. Well, you can make it easier by having a habit stack where you say, before I go to bed, I get out my workout clothes if you're working out in the morning. That way your workout clothes are out there first thing when you get up in the morning, which of course then ties into the habit stack when you get up. After I get out of bed, I put on my workout clothes. So, once you have your workout clothes on, you're already reduced some of the friction to working out. You're going to be more likely to do it. Same thing, let's say you work out in the evenings. Maybe you have a habit stack that just says, after you get home from work and take off your work clothes, you immediately put on your workout clothes. So now you already have your workout clothes and your sneakers on, you're good to go. You're smoothing the process. It's going to be much more likely that you're actually going to go and work out because you've worked the process of getting into your workout clothes into your stack. Let's say your goal is to have more mindfulness or spend more time learning. You could have some stack examples like these. After I make my morning coffee, I take 1 minute to meditate. So you could assign that and work on that for a couple of weeks until it just becomes automatic. After I get into the car, I immediately start my audiobook or podcasts. If you're listening to your learning while you're driving to work, it could just be a rule. As soon as you get in the car, before you drive out of the driveway, you start up your audiobook or your podcast. So that can be another one. After I make my morning coffee, I read for 15 minutes. Most of the most successful people in the world do a lot of reading. So working in habit stacks that build more reading into your regular activities is something that's going to definitely help you. So after you have your morning coffee, spend 15 minutes reading. Let's say your goal is to improve your relationships. After I climb into bed, I kiss my spouse and tell them that I love them. So you do that, it becomes part of the habit stack. You do it every single night, and hopefully that will help your relationship. After you leave for work, before you leave for work, you write a love note to your spouse and tuck it somewhere where they'll find it. If you did that and just took that couple of minutes that it would take every day, that would probably go a long way to making your spouse feel appreciated and cared for. Let's say your goal is that you want to eat more healthy. After you make your bed, have a protein shake. That's one of the things that's in my stack. After you feel full, when you're eating, you stop eating. So many people keep eating even after they're full because they want to clean their plate. One of the keys to managing your weight is to not feel this impulse to clean your plate. After I leave work, I stop and buy a salad. So it can be a regular stop on the way home that you grab a salad to have with your dinner. That can be part of a habit stack that would help you to eat more healthy. And again, over time, at first you have to think about these things, but over time it just becomes automatic. And then you don't have to think about it anymore. You can also use this exact same process to break the habit stacks you already have, because we already have habit stacks that we have built up. And very often we need to break those so that we can remove negative habits out of the stack. So you just reverse the process. You take a look at it and you say, what current habit stacks do I have that have a negative habit inside them? And then say, so for example, after I eat dinner, I smoke a cigarette. That's a habit stack you have, and you always feel this impulse to go smoke a cigarette right after you eat dinner. Well, what you need to do is realize that that's a stack. And what you need to do is you need to assign a new task in the place of smoking the cigarette after you eat dinner. So you create a new habit stack and you say, after I eat dinner, I put my plate in the dishwasher. After I put my plate in the dishwasher, I go for a 15-minute walk with the dog. So that's distracting you from that craving that you've developed that you need to have a cigarette right after you eat, and hopefully cut down on the number of cigarettes that you're smoking. So you can use this same habit stacking process to crack the stacks you already have and put something that is more healthy in the place of those negative things that are already in there now. Think about people who have stacks like, after I eat dinner every night, I sit in front of the TV, right? Well, if you want to learn or you want to build a business, maybe you do something more healthy than sitting on the couch in front of the TV. So you insert something else instead of that after you eat dinner, right? Or when they do go to sit on the couch to watch TV, they have a stack to say, well, without them even building it, where it says, before I go and sit on the couch, I go to the cupboard and get a snack, right? So that is contributing to overeating or eating unhealthy foods. So substitute something else instead. Before I go to sit on the couch, I go to the fridge and get an apple. So you're still getting it, but it's a healthier stack. And you have to be conscious of these things. And a lot of people push back on this because they just feel like that sounds like their life is they're going through their life like they were a robot, just following step after step after step in a program to passion. But I'll tell you, a lot of people want more freedom in their lives. But the more that you hang around with and the more you talk to people who are accomplishing great things and have the abilities to be able to do and have the freedom that you want to have, you realize their lives are very structured, because structure equals freedom. It's the structure you build into your life to do all of the little things on automatic that allow you to then be able to unplug and have the freedom that most people can never have. So make sure that you keep in mind that these structures you're setting up are actually guaranteeing your freedom. So if you're mindful about the routines and habits that you've already developed, and you start to use techniques like habit stacking to improve them, there's nothing you cannot accomplish. So if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you clicked like or shared it with your friends, or if you go to my page and you like my page, that's all much appreciated by me. And if you really want encouragement, support, and accountability in consistently taking the daily actions that supercharge your success, then join my free 3 Wins group. The members post their 3 key tasks for tomorrow and their 3 wins for today in there every night. And just remember, you don't have to climb this ladder alone. We're here to help you. Just go to 3, THREE spelled out, winsgroup.com and join the group and see everything that everyone is doing in there. Help to encourage others and get everyone helping to work on your behalf to make sure that you're focused on those key things you need to do every day and celebrating those things every night. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll join me back here tomorrow.